Good morning. I just wanted to come to you today. I'm just about 5 minutes from work, so it'll just be a quick video today. But I just wanted to share with you something that happened with me recently. And I always find that when things happen to me, it's always a great lesson to share, because it's the reality of having a business, right? So one of the things that a lot of photographers get down about is when they launch their first funnel, or they launch any sort of funnel, a new funnel, and then they see other people getting results and then they don't get the same results. And it's really easy to feel down. It's really easy to feel like, oh, why doesn't this stuff work for me? You know, it's really easy to feel like, I'm watching other people I'm doing all the right things and it's still not working and all that sort of thing. So I wanted to share with you something, some lessons that actually happened for me recently. So I launched a brand new funnel and I was really super duper excited about it. And I thought it was going to be the absolute gold mine of funnels for myself. Very, very excited. Brand new content, brand new everything. And I was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I was working really hard. I really, really, really put a lot of effort and time into this new funnel. And when I launched it, I did a really soft launch to an email list, made some sales, was thinking, that's okay because I haven't actually properly launched it yet. And then I did my proper launch, and the results that I got were kind of lackluster in what I was expecting during the launch. So I was expecting, a certain number of sales, and they just didn't happen. So this is like while I was in the midst of so it was still available to purchase and all that sort of thing. So these are the 5 things that are the lessons that I was reminded of that I thought I should share with you. So the first lesson that I was reminded of was that this was the first time I had launched this funnel. And I had launched, it's a brand new funnel, it's untested product, and I made sales from it. So my funnel actually worked. So, a lot of people go and create funnels that don't actually work, and they create funnels that that don't make sales, and so they have to start again. So I was like, hang on a minute, this isn't all negative. I actually have made sales from this. And I'm like, so my funnel does work, so all I need to do is look at the numbers. So then my lesson number 2 was I needed to look at the numbers. So I looked at the numbers, went into my statistics, and lo and behold, I was selling at an average of 5% of the people who saw the order form page. So, there I was, thinking that this funnel was really shit, when in actual fact it was selling at 5% of the people who'd seen the offer. So the issue wasn't that the offer was shit or that the funnel was shit, it was that not enough people had seen the offer. So that made me feel a bit better. So I was like, okay, that's okay. My funnel works. A, for starters, my funnel works, and B, it's actually converting at a pretty good statistic, especially for a brand new funnel. So that was my second lesson. Then my third lesson was that I decided, despite all the things that I was feeling like, I was really tired, didn't feel like I got the money's worth. So I'd spent quite a lot on Facebook ads, and so the sales that I'd made, negated the Facebook ads, but it wasn't actually bringing me in this whole cash flow that I was really excited about. And so the third lesson for me was I remembered that to just stay the course, and one of my good qualities is that I do follow through on the things that I always say that I'm going to do. So I had a plan and I followed it through, even though I felt like it might not get me anywhere. I was just like, I'm just going to finish this thing and see it through to the end. And so then my fourth lesson was that I remembered, and this is something this is a key one that people forget, is that a large percentage of your sales will come through on the day of a cart close, or will come through at last minute, because we naturally have a tendency to leave things to the last minute. So what I did was I followed my plan. So lesson 3 was to continue following the plan. I followed the plan. I scheduled the emails. I scheduled, I kept showing up, and I did my Facebook Lives and did all that sort of thing. And lo and behold, when the whole thing was finished, over 50% of my sales came through on the last day, and 25% of my sales came through in the last hour and a half. So you've got to keep that in mind all the time. Like when people, when you're feeling like things aren't working and all that sort of thing, you've got to be remembering that you've got to send those last minute emails, send those things. Like I wasn't going to send one more email, and I made 25% more sales from that one final email. So I sent 4 emails in one day. So a lot of people feel like, oh my goodness, I don't want to be doing that and all that sort of thing. However, it's actually, a lot of people go, oh, thank you for reminding me of actually that I was going to miss out on this offer. So that was my 4th lesson, was to remember the statistics that, a certain percentage of people will purchase at the beginning when you first launch, and then a certain percentage will, a large percentage of people will purchase at last minute, because we naturally do that as human beings. And then the 5th lesson was to let it go. Now, this might be quite a hard one to do, but I just energetically went, like about midway through when I was kind of feeling a bit disappointed, I just went, you know what, I'm just going to let this go. I've put, the emails are in place. I've done the work. I'm just going to enjoy my weekend. And so I decided to just energetically let the whole thing go in terms of my expectations, in terms of everything. I've been stressing about it, all this sort of thing. I had a bit of a cry. And then I just went, you know what, I'm letting it go now. This is done. I've done as much as I can do. Everything is scheduled. And then lo and behold, over the following days, sales came in. And I know that there's a whole heap of energy that, is there that, when you're in that vibrating state of feeling like everything's okay, then you let it go. And lo and behold, magic happens and the money comes in. So that might be a bit woo-woo for some people, but I truly believe that. So the 5 things that I did, just to remind you again, if you've got a funnel that is not doing what you expect, then the 5 lessons are: 1, if you've made even 1 sale from your funnel, then your funnel converts. If you need to make more sales, then you need to be tweaking that funnel, especially if it's the first funnel, the first time you've ever put it out. If it's you need to actually be looking at the things that you're doing, going, what is working in my marketing? What's not working in my marketing? Okay, that's not working this time. And so I followed a process that has worked for me many, many, many times before, and for whatever reason this time it didn't work. So instead of going, oh, this is shit, oh, this is not working for me, I go, that's interesting. What could I do there to tweak that? Why are these people not purchasing from this specific type, thing that I'm trying to sell? Secondly, look at your numbers. If you don't know your stats on your funnels, then you are going in blind and you're being emotional about your marketing without reason. So if you've got a percentage that's between 1 and 5% conversion of people that are actually buying off the order form page, then it's actually, that's a fairly standard statistic. If it's below that, then it's below that. If you're converting at less than 20% of people who opting into your funnel, then you've got an issue there as well with your funnel, which is why I always tell the girls to just use my funnels the way that I share them, and to, they're tested, and like the copy's tested, the placement of the image is tested, the font's tested, everything's tested. So that's lesson number 2 is look at your metrics and see what's going on there. Maybe you just need to get more eyes on your funnel to make the conversion work. So lesson number 3 was to show up and keep following your launch plan. Send those scheduled emails. Schedule the email so the emotion's taken out of it. Show up, do your Facebook Lives. Show up, do whatever you need to do that was part of your plan, regardless of how you're feeling. Number 4 was to remember that, 50% of all the people that purchased in my last launch purchased in the last day. And 25% purchased in the last hour. So don't forget to send those last minute 1 hour to go emails. Don't feel like, you're pestering people. Just keep sending them. That's how you get people, you remind people to jump on your special deal. And number 5 is just to let it go. Emotionally, take the emotion out of it. Go, look, I've done the best I could. I put in all the effort. I did the structure. I will go and review what has happened with this funnel and why it maybe has been a bit lackluster. Just take the emotion out of it and let it go. And, go and do something else and just go, you know what, I've done everything I could do here. I'll try again tomorrow. So I hope that that's given you guys some little nuggets of, things that happen. And this is business, right? So you don't know. Like, I test things all the time and things don't go to plan all the time. But the thing is, you just keep going. That is what is when you're in business. You test things, you tweak things, you make them better, and you work out what your market wants in order to purchase. So have a great day, guys. It's a beautiful day in Sydney today, and I'm about to go and have my weekly call with my PBA students. And if you would like to work with me, or if you'd like to see if we're a good fit, or to find out about the Photography Business Accelerator, I've popped the link in above, and I've got space for 2 calls this week to have a free complimentary photography business evaluation call where we'll get clear on what your photography business next step should be. Have a great day, guys. See you later.